parallel towards you. Right there. Yes. Maybe can we zoom in?
Not from the front. Oh, yes, we can.
Oh, but you know what?
We good.
Like point it down more. So zoom out. Hold on, fam. We're getting it straight. So zoom out again. To the left. To the left. Yep. Now go to the left. Hello. That's a cute dog. Is that a Shih Tzu? It is. Yeah, I used to have a Shih Tzu. Yeah, they are. Now I got 2 Frenchies.
We good?
Yeah, that's good. Just post up, man.
Yeah.
All right. It's golden hour here at outside of Bryant Denny Stadium. He's Coach Smook. Let me just scoot over just a chance to right there.
There we go.
He is Coach Smook. I'm Kyle Henderson, both of Bama football on YouTube. I know you guys can hear us now. So like when we tap into the audio, it is always a challenge because we tap into a malt box and it's really out of our control. So I think for the next time, what we got to do is actually put the microphone close to Coach Kalen DeBoer.
That's what we're gonna do. Because we started to do that, and we should have just
just went with our gut and did that. Yeah. Whatever the case was, we got in trouble. We didn't get in trouble. One of the guys was Christopher English, who came out very adversarial at really me because I went to do a sound check. I didn't know that they were streaming on ESPN. So when I went, I said, how is the sound?
Yeah.
And then Smook went up there and you gave a sound.
Yeah.
So then they came out and he's a guy who works for University of Alabama. And he was like, that's our podium. That's our podium, never touch our podium. So, Jesus. Like really, this is the thing. Number one, we didn't know that. And number two, it was very adversarial and stressed out.
Yeah.
I would never
That's what I was just telling them.
I would never want to be that stressed out about work. I do this because I love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would never treat anybody like that anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I was telling them today, the whole team, even Josh looked like he was beat. Everybody looked like they were just overworked today.
And that's what I've kind of learned about life is the human behavior. You never know.
Yep.
He might be hungry.
Yep.
Right? He might need a little snack.
Yep.
People, you never know where people are emotionally.
Yep.
So, but it's important as grown-ups that you manage your emotions better.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Coach Kalen DeBoer comes and he was speaking today about the first scrimmage that Alabama had. He has a lot of positive things to say here with Coach Smook. Run the thumbs up on all these videos. We appreciate you guys being here. Your take. I know literally the press conference just ended. Thank you for having notes.
Yeah, I got a few. I got all the key points. I didn't expound on them. I just all the hit stuff.
All right.
So Coach Smook, Bama football on YouTube with Kyle. Check this out, y'all. The first question asked, of course, Jalen Milroe.
Yep.
I mean, that was the first big question. He asked about how he felt about it. He opened up with a statement. He felt good about the first scrimmage. But during, he also said that it wasn't the best first scrimmage, but it was a lot of positive things to build off of coming over, getting these guys to transition into this new system, this new scheme. But Jalen Milroe, the first word that came out of his mouth, consistent. And when you talk about consistency, you're not usually talking about somebody being bad. When you want to highlight consistency, you're talking about positive. So it was good to hear that. And then also another key word that was stated was his confidence. Jalen Milroe, now that he's giving kind of a load to work with when it comes to dissecting his offense and becoming more fluid in it, he is becoming very confident in how he's operating. And he also highlighted his ability to use his legs. He's looking like he's very sound in his decision making. So that was the first statement. I mean, what was your feels when he was talking about Milroe?
Well, I think when he was talking about Jalen Milroe, one of the things that made my ears perk up is the fact that his running ability is also there. And I don't think Coach Kalen DeBoer has really seen what Jalen Milroe can do in terms of a game type situation. So, he's definitely working on his mechanics and his overall understanding of this new playbook. But, I mean, let's face it, this guy has an added element, which is his legs. So, of course, about Jalen Milroe's ability to run, but I think he saw it a little bit out there today. There was no turnovers.
Right.
That's what he
said.
I
was just about to highlight that.
He said there was no turnovers. And I was thinking about asking a question regarding the running backs. Tony Sukalis asked a good question about the running backs, and he said, with each of these running backs, they each kind of bring something a little bit different to the table. So you have Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, you have Richard Young, and you have Daniel Hill. All of those guys are quality running backs. Daniel Hill is your bigger running back who just got here. Justice Haynes, I think, is an all-purpose, and Jam Miller is probably more of a power back. And Richard Young, I think, can make you miss. So it was to hear him about the running backs, and that was one of my biggest things. things was learning about the running backs within this particular situation, because Dylan Johnson last year ran for
Yes.
what, like 1,200 yards in this system. He also
14,
did.
it might have been 14.
It might have been 14, right?
Yeah, it might have been 14.
The other thing that made my ears perk up was the update on Jalen Hill, the
Yes.
wide receiver who was
Yes.
injured. What did he say?
So I'm glad to hear that it wasn't the rumors that was coming around that it was a fractured tibia. So today, earlier, y'all remember I said I couldn't confirm. So it was great for him to confirm a knee injury. So with knee injuries, ligament or structural, you're looking at possibly anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And that puts him back in the season. That puts him back, you know, and he doesn't have to rush with the amount of talent in that room. But it's just not a good feeling to hear that, but it's better to know that it's not a fracture in that primary bone. We all know how I kind of explained what the healing process is for the fibula, the tibia, all of those bones down there, the femur. So that's good to hear that it was more so a knee thing. No injuries today though during the scrimmage. That was a big thing. But like you said, kind of rewind, man, the 0 turnovers. The first thing we heard last year from Coach Saban with all the quarterbacks, inconsistency, you know, drop passes, turnovers.
He talked about the wide receivers today.
Nasty.
Yeah, and he said that the wide receivers, you know, are playing at a very high level. And again, like if you caught that press conference, I'm gonna go home and upload the clean version that the university sends out, so you can watch it in its entirety. And you'll hear the same thing about the wide receivers, and I think that's not surprising here, considering that you do have some vets coming in. Jeremy Bernard does understand the playbook. We don't know specifics on who caught what or whatever. I'm sure that will kind of leak out. He didn't necessarily say anything on the tight ends, but he did mention the offensive line.
Yes, and that's one thing that I knew was going to happen. You got so much competition at tackle, but you also, in the midst of that competition, he highlighted the fact that we have a defensive pass rush that is just shining.
100%.
Like, of all the offensive questions, the only thing that was said about the defense really that had to be highlighted was the fact that they caused the offensive line to grow today. It not struggle, but it caused them to grow, meaning that there were some inconsistencies in certain spots, certain areas of the game plan or the scrimmage. But what happened is you're breeding good competition, because on the other side of that ball, we got guys like Jeremiah Beeman that's stepping up, that's getting their name called out. You got Tim Keenan being a leader over there, Tim Smith. You know, a lot of veteran, a lot of talent, and I mean deep. They over here having fun taking their pictures, y'all. But it's crazy to see, like, you know, all the competition at the tackles position, at both tackles, left and right tackle.
You know, I don't know if you saw this. I should have sent it to you, but you know who just posted a picture?
Wilk Formby.
Thank you.
That's my boy, man.
Thank you. And he
sent me the picture.
Yeah, he put the picture at, where was he working?
Right tackle.
Thank you.
He sent me the picture. I didn't care to post it. You know, I don't care to get into all that. I like the people that always wonder what we're doing. And it was crazy.
So you saw that?
Yeah, it was pretty good. But then also, I saw Miles McVay go to right tackle and guard. You know, he went with the guard at some point. And that's the thing, like, versatility is what Coach Cap preached when we talked about him. He loves to have guys that are versatile. So to see guys, you know, second-year guys, young guys being worked at multiple spots at the offensive line, is one or two things happening. Either they're not very confident, or there's a lot of options that we're trying to find the absolute best 5 to put out there to start games off with. And when you have that type of problem, it usually pans out good, especially when you can figure it out early. There were no Caden Proctor questions asked, thank God, and because I didn't want to come at y'all about Caden. But I think with the competition that's going on, Caden Proctor coming in will just add more to that competition as far as solidifying who's going to be starting 5 on that front line.
Jumping back to the defensive side, Coach Kalen DeBoer spoke about Jeremiah Alexander. It was Stephen Smith from Touchdown Alabama who asked him about Jeremiah Alexander and what he's seen from Jeremiah Alexander. He was quick to the point and said that he's glad that he's not playing against Jeremiah Alexander. Now, Alexander was working with the twos behind, you know, Deontay Lawson
and Jahad Campbell.
But it's good to hear an update on Jeremiah Alexander. He's been in the program for a long time. He's an in-state guy. So happy to hear a good update at this point in time on Jeremiah Alexander.
Another thing I want to talk about, the penalties. You know, that was a big thing for us last year. So it wasn't necessarily pre-snap penalties or, you know, it was like big plays downfield and guys trying to get the extra block. There was a lot of physicality today. He said they had a few penalties where guys just need to kind of let plays play out instead of trying to make the extra block. He likes the aggressiveness, but definitely we got to be disciplined. First scrimmage of the spring, you expect things like that. You guys have all this pent up aggression and they're anticipating and they're anxious to get out on the field and getting some live action. So I think more so the overall report is we're satisfied with the live action. What we have a great starting point to build off of. And when you have that with this much talent and this coaching staff that we have just brought over, it's kind of like a surreal feeling to be in this position this early and have this type of confidence in your team.
And I think on top of that as well is like this is a whole new system,
Yes.
right? This is a whole new coaching staff. There's now helmet communication out there. There's a lot of things, that are new to not only this team but to college football as well. So it was really good updates overall from Coach Kalen DeBoer. Of course, everything is positive in the springtime. Everybody looks good, but from the updates that we got just now from Coach Kalen DeBoer, and I'm sure nuggets are going to leak out about the scrimmage, who did what over the next 24 hours, and we'll continue to have that on our show, Bama Football on YouTube. We appreciate you guys being here tonight. What you can expect. Did someone hit us with the super?
Like the video, please. Antoine with the $2 super chat. I couldn't see it from way back there, y'all.
We appreciate you, man. So thank you very much. And what you can expect for tonight is NATO's press conference following the game against North Carolina. The game is scheduled for 8:40. I would assume that it probably tips more closer to 9 p.m. I'm also going to jet home and upload the fresh press conference of Kalen DeBoer, so you can see that with the good audio in its entirety. Again, like audio is always one of the things that we are going to make sure to have the best of our abilities. We plugged into a box today. That wasn't the best option, so we'll continue to keep you guys posted on that regard. So if the audio was a little low, just wait like another 45 minutes or an hour, and we'll get that cleaned up for you guys. But is there anything else that you want to hit on?
I didn't know if you wanted to try to scan through these comments and hit a few questions. I see a lot of questions coming through.
Oh, dope. That's
Let me see. Let me pull this up.
You guys. So how it is, like we are on my phone, and Coach Smook has his phone. So if you guys have any questions, we'll just run them through.
Yeah, we'll give like three minutes.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what's up.
Everyone talks about Justice, but what about Jam? Jam has proven himself. He was MIO, our most electric back last year. I couldn't wait to see him get the ball. Jam and Justice are going to tear it up. Yes, the thing was, Kyle expounded what Coach DeBoer, but he was talking about how they complement each other. That was the biggest thing. And I think when you have a room that understands what they do best, all their strengths, and then if your weakness is my strength, let's complement it. Let's not try to overdo it. And I think Coach Gillespie and that room have a good idea and a good mindset towards working. Let's complement each other, because it doesn't have to be all on you. It doesn't have to be all on Jam or Justice you got 4 backs. When you could throw each set of backs out there in twos, and you're probably going to get the same production, honestly. So that's a good feeling to have right now with the running backs.
I mean, you could really argue this. I mean, that Jam Miller was probably, the second best running back last year. I don't know. I mean, the guy is ultra talented. I think sometimes he just gets a little bit overshadowed because of the 2 vets that you had last year between Jace and Roydell. But the times that Jam Miller had opportunities, he came through. Think about his performance in the SEC title game when Jace couldn't come through. And he brings a lot of experience, and I think that's probably going to keep him hungry. I think a guy like Justice Haynes is that guy. We all wanted to see more of him last year. I think we got a little bit of a taste of it in the Rose Bowl. You're going to see more of Justice Haynes. He's going to be that guy. It's going to take some time before we can see him. It'll probably be on A-Day. And you remember who the A-Day MVP was last year. It was Mr. Justice Haynes. What else we got in here?
They talking about your legs.
Right? What are they saying?
They saying you don't miss leg day. Shout out to Kyle for not missing.
So I'm on the scale. I'm 200 pounds. Okay. So last year, and a lot of it is because of the legs. I'm serious, man. I'm telling you, because of the squats and all this stuff that we do at these workout groups.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow, y'all. So I have an update of what these workouts talking about. Y'all know I just got back in the gym last week, so I'm about to get out here and challenge myself tomorrow. Shout out to Patriot Life for the $10 super chat. Says, thanks for the live updates. You guys rock. Rubberneckers and creepers come forth with the thumbs up. Facts. I mean, that's all we asking. Y'all ain't got to comment. When you hit the like, it doesn't show your name, so just hit the like button for us, and we'll greatly appreciate it. Who else? Do you know what a Therian is? Because I don't know what that is. But yeah, so last thing I want to say before we get out of here, if they don't have any more questions, it's crazy because you look at how everything's kind of unfolding now that we are starting to get football, intact, and it's a lot of questions that aren't being asked because of what the coaching staff is willingly revealing. Things like Milroe's consistency, his leadership, The running back room, how they don't really have one guy. The wide receiver room, there's no one position that's showing out on this offense. A lot of people want to know about the tight ends. The fact that there isn't a lot of talk or complaints about tight ends not grasping what's happening, that's good because we have 4 talented guys there that are ready to go. But my last note that I had made at the bottom of my notes, it said grasping concepts on both sides. One thing he highlighted on both sides, things are happening fluidly for this to be the first practice. And we heard Coach Sheridan say it in the interview with Ryan Fowler on 100.9, how things are layered when they're teaching this. And I think this system of how they're teaching everything on both sides is really being retained by this group. And when you have that, they go on their break in the summer, they come back for fall, you see guys flying around and having a general idea of what they're supposed to be doing and why they're supposed to be doing it. That's a dangerous team to be messed with.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it was good. I can't wait to see kind of the stuff that spills out over the next 24 hours. You guys wait for the Coach Kalen DeBoer press conference. I'm going to go home, upload it, and then we got the basketball game tonight, so we'll be kicking it with you guys, watching that game. And Smook, after your workout, what was that?
He said, after that workout, tell Mrs. Hines she know what to do. Rub it on your back. We're going to get some of that topical oil, you know what I'm saying? Like to rub it on my back or whatever.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with us. Coming to you outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. He's Coach Smook. My name is Kyle Henderson, both of Bama Football on YouTube. We appreciate you guys so much support all the time for you guys. So we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and we understand that. So, we want to put out a really good product for you guys each and every single time we come to the plate. So, non-adversarial to all the great content creators out there, the website people. I mean, they're in there right now writing the stories that you're about to read tonight. So
I will say this, Kyle has no chill, y'all. He was in there talking like slick, like really slick, cool, like trash. And it was funny because everybody kind of looking like, should I laugh at him or what? Like, so, and that's, y'all know that's my type of energy. So I just play it safe. I'm the new guy on the scene. I try to play it safe, but that whole vibe today was different, but I love the way we hold it down, we hold it together.
Yeah.
And you guys supporting, I saw you guys jump on those guys talking trash, want to leave, let them leave. We only want people here who want to be here. And we appreciate everyone who wants to be 100%. Here and supports us.
And the way I look at it too is there's 105,000 subscribers. Like there's no way, I mean, it's impossible to please 10 people.
Exactly,
you know
and
so, like,
in one stream.
The great majority, if you can make, and I just try to be authentic.
Yes.
People, some people are gonna like your craft, some people aren't. I mean, there's a million other places to go, but we appreciate you guys being here and rocking with us. So we understand the value of you guys. We want to contribute at a high level for you guys. So we appreciate you guys more than you know, and we'll catch you tonight right here on Bama Football on YouTube. This is our live for tonight. We're going to the basketball game and then watch for the Oats press conference and, of course, the re-upload of Coach Kalen DeBoer.
Right, yeah.
All right, fam. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch up with you guys soon.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide to you, man. See ya.